All right, everybody, what's going on? We've been hearing a lot that black women have destroyed the community, and black women are the reason why the community is in ruins because of single baby mothers. For some reason, people have amnesia as to how single baby mothers get made. But I'm going to make a case tonight that the black single mother is the backbone of the community and not the destroyer of the community. Yeah, I mean, Gangsta talk up next. Dame hit it.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9 bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. Shoot the game going for fine. Alright. And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the reel.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the scale, bro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the thing, while I pursue the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo, cash is popping, coke is cooking, beats copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas quit to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the four and a half. Remy in the glass, off the boom, then I flash. They wanna confine me, sneaking from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that. They rather see it spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using birds and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for mine. I get down for hands on the plate. I get down for mine. I get down for this. I get down for mine. I hear you wanna be the play. I ain't some place you play. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AK. You in the days. Overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. My karma's a boot smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. Once you talk about plenty keys, come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics that stick in the brains like barnacle. Never sweet. I'm bringing the drama to the street with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the street, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for mine.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's podcast, Gangster Talk. You know how we do. We keep it gangster. Before I fire off, let me get a sound check. Dame, let me know if I'm coming in loud and clear. Somebody type a one in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me before I get started. Anybody want to respond sometime soon? Okay, apparently
Okay.
my co-host
Well,
isn't paying
they hear
attention.
you. They hear you.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hey, Mama Rain, how are you? All right, let's kick it off. All right, let's start with this. Let's debunk this right off the bat. Now, we've been hearing for a long time. And of course, we hear from the same usual suspects: sissy bims, queers, red pill punks, you know, MGTOW sellouts, conscious community bums, that the black woman has destroyed the community. Well, let's talk about that. First of all, every community, in order for it to work properly or function properly, it needs balance. And what brings balance to a community is the mother and father of those communities. So when the man runs out, like you've done in many of our communities, as soon as the father runs out of the home with his tail tucked between his legs, because he wants to get away from his responsibilities, because once those responsibilities hit him in the face, reality sets in and he realizes that he's not man enough to take care of those responsibilities. So that white streak goes down his back and he grows a tail, and that tail goes directly up under his legs and he gets to running. So once he's running and he's got that big white puff of smoke that you see in the cartoon chasing him because he's hightailing it out of town somewhere, that's when the destruction of the community begins. See, it doesn't start with the black woman. It starts with the father leaving the home. Now, the single black mother is the one that keeps the community together. See, because without our mothers, we would be nowhere. Many of us would be scavengers, bums. Well, some of you are anyway. We would be bums. We wouldn't know where we would stay. Some of us would probably grow up in terrible foster homes and deal with the shit there. Many of us probably wouldn't have made it without our mothers. But our mothers stayed and took care of us. They didn't run out on us. They kept us sustained. They kept a roof over our head. They kept clothes on our back. They kept food in our belly. They made sure we went to school. They made sure we had medical. They made sure we had gifts around Christmas and birthdays and special occasions. They worked 2 and 3 jobs. In some cases, worked multiple jobs in upwards of 4 and 5 to take care of their children. Now, let me explain something to you. You got a guy that can't work one job and take care of one child. You have one black woman working 5 jobs and taking care of 4 children. I'm never going to let that go. One black woman working 5 jobs, taking care of 4 children, and one of those children have special needs. That's double tough. So this is no mean feat here. 4 children, one with special needs, and working 5 jobs, and raising 4 children. That is called courage. That is called, you're talking about, this is the stuff that soldiers are made out of. That kind of toughness, mental toughness, and emotional toughness, to stay around and work through all of that to take care of those children, that's the kind of stuff that hardened soldiers are made out of. But you have one black woman doing all of this, and you got one black dude who can't carry one job and take care of one child. And you have the nerve to sit here and say that the black woman destroyed the community. Where would we be now if our mothers have ran out on us? What if she had said, because you don't want to take care of the kids that you made and you want to turn into a little punk and run? What if she decided to leave too? Where would many of you be now? Many of you owe your mothers everything. And you have the nerve to sit up here and badmouth black women like you didn't have a mother who struggled to make sure your punk ass had the things that you need to survive. Many of our mothers worked 2 and 3 jobs to take care of children that were left behind by the men who didn't want to take care of their responsibilities. The single black mother is the backbone of the community. The single black father is the destroyer of the community. So you want to talk about who's destroyed the community, we have to first start with the single fathers who ran out on the mothers and created those single mothers. And so you talk about a woman who didn't turn her back on her children, who didn't follow suit by following you, running away, who buckled down and did whatever she could to take care of her children. And many of you are successful because your mothers took care of you. Black women raised professional athletes. She raised soldiers. They say a woman can't raise a man. Maybe in certain aspects, no. But she can most definitely do some things that would allow that young man to obtain the things that he needs to understand who he is as a man. And she's done that in many occasions. She's raised soldiers successfully. She's raised super athletes successfully. She's raised very successful men, highly successful men. There are a lot of men out there who are successful who brought their mothers homes because they watched their mothers struggle as they grew up. They watched their mother go out and do all kinds of things to make sure that there were meals on the table, that there were things in the house to keep the house clean so that the children would have a germ-free environment, making sure that there were washing powders in the home so you can have clean clothes when she does the laundry, making sure you had medical insurance so that when you were sick, you can go to the hospital. These things aren't easy to do. Let's not overlook these things. Let's not take these things for granted because without these things, many of us wouldn't be here now. So where would we be had our mothers did what the men did? What if our mothers ran out? You think the fathers would have been able to sustain all those children? I don't think so, especially small children. Most men don't have any patience. You can see that by the number of single baby mamas out here. They don't have any patience to raise their children. They don't want to raise their children. So if you don't want to raise your children and you ran out on them and you don't like the way the community is being ran, then you should have stayed behind to make sure it was ran the way you wanted to be ran. Don't come here now talking about the black woman destroyed the community when you ran out on it. You don't even have anything to say. You don't have any room to say any damn thing. You left. I don't understand why you guys are sitting up here running your mouth talking about the black woman anything when you niggas left. So what gives you the right to speak on anything? I don't understand that. What makes you think that you have the right to say anything about her when she was the one that was left holding the bag and she carried it. You wanted nothing to do with the bag, remember? You were afraid of the bag. You see, you were afraid of being a real man. See, you just wanted to have some sex. And then when something happened like a baby and there was responsibilities, eek, oh, I forgot I'm not a man. Let me get the hell out of here before she noticed that I'm not a man. Let me hurry up. And so now you worthless ass Negroes who don't take care of your children seem to have the loudest voice out here on social media, running your big punk ass mouths like you've accomplished something, and then trying to point fingers at the black woman like that's supposed to be something that we accept. Like we're not supposed to look at the fact that you are irresponsible. The single black mother is the backbone of the community. The single black mother, along with Big Mama, they held down the community. That's why they get the biggest respect. That's why when guys score touchdowns in the NFL, they turn around and dedicate those touchdowns to their mother. That's why when guys are highly successful, they buy their mother's homes. The first person they look to take care of is their mother. You know why? Because their mother took care of them. You didn't. So now you're jealous because the woman is getting all of this attention and all of this respect, all of these gifts, and you're jealous because no one wants to give you a damn thing. Well, you don't deserve anything. You weren't in the home. You wanted nothing to do with your children. So now that your children done grew up and tell you to kiss their ass, you seem to have a problem with that. I'm not sure why you do. What exactly did you think was going to happen when you run out on your children and don't raise them and you're not in their life and then try to come back when they make something out of themselves because their mother taught them to make something out of themselves? You didn't teach them a damn thing. So now you want to get in on the act because mama got a brand new house, because her son is successful. He bought mama a brand new house. He bought mama a brand new car, put money in her pocketbook, put money in her bank account. Now you got a problem. Now you want to show talking about, hey, I'm your father. Really? You know that old question, right? Well, where the hell were you? And you're probably going to say, well, you know, I wanted to be with you, but your mama didn't want me around. Isn't that like a worthless ass Negro to blame everything on somebody else and not accept the responsibility that you was a weak ass punk that didn't want to take care of his children? So now you're upset that the woman has all of this respect and that the boys love their mothers because their mothers took care of them. Our mothers took care of us. When my father passed away, my mother took care of 10 kids without blinking. Talk about fearlessness. I mean, we can learn a lot of things about courage and fearlessness from our mamas. You know how fearless you have to be to raise a family of 10 and 12 children by yourself and not knowing where the hell the next meal is coming from? Somehow you got to figure it out. You got to get out there and take 2 and 3 and 4 jobs. And we're not talking about powerhouse jobs. A lot of these mothers worked at grocery stores where they stood on their feet all day and worked as a cashier. You know how difficult that is? Standing on your feet 5, 6, 7 hours, dealing with the public. And then after that, your feet is hurting. You've been standing up all day. Lucky if you went outside and got a smoke or maybe had a drink of orange juice to quench your thirst and went back in there and you on that cash register dealing with crazy ass people. Then after that, you got to get to another job. You got what? An hour before you got to go work again. So you get home just in time to change, splash water in your face, kiss your kids, regulate something, make sure they got something to eat, and then boom, you outside again, going to another job. Maybe you're working at a fast food restaurant at night. These aren't easy jobs, and these jobs don't pay a lot of money. This is why a lot of mothers have two and three of them because they have to compensate for you not being around and not having any kind of financial um, um, uh, involvement whatsoever. So they got to find a way to make up the gap. So they do these odds and ends and deadbeat jobs. You know, these jobs work their nerve. They drive them crazy. They don't want to be there, but they do what they have to do to take care of their children. You can never say that the black woman is an unfit mother. You may say maybe one or two have lost their mind because they've been driven crazy and they may be an unfit mother. But 99, close to 98%, 97% of black women are definitely fit mothers. They know what it takes. You niggas are unfit fathers. Maybe in the grand scheme of things, it was good that you ran out on a child because at least the child won't learn from you how to be irresponsible and run away from his problems without solving them. So the black mother is definitely the backbone of the black community. Without the black mother, you have no community. And I will say that again, without the black mother, you have no community because there is no black father and no leadership in these communities to speak of. The leadership now has gone to, I'm going to say one of you punk ass niggas' words, a matriarchy type leadership because it has no choice. Excuse me, because you've put the mothers in that position to be the leaders of the community. They have no choice. You don't want to step up and be leader. You don't want to do what you're supposed to do. So if there's a matriarchy now that exists in the community, it's because you forced it to develop. You forced that matriarchy to develop. And it ain't half bad because you have some kids who are striving under that matriarchy. I mean, you got the likes of, you know, there's a lot of NFL stars who were of a single parent home. Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush took money in college because he wanted to buy his mother a house. He was tired of seeing his mother struggle. His father was nowhere around. How many stories do we hear like that from superstars, you know, who sit down and they do interviews and they say, well, you know, my daddy, I don't know who he is. I never seen my daddy. Well, I see my daddy one time. Next thing I know, the last word I saw was the one on his back that said Spalding. Well, I don't know who my daddy is. Matter of fact, I don't even know what my daddy looked like. I've never seen my father. I seen my father once, never seen him again. And so when you have these people who sit down and they do these interviews and this is what they're talking about, why do you think that is? Because their fathers left. And why do you think they talk so glowingly about their mothers? Why do you think they talk about what they learned from their mothers and they learn how to work hard? Because they see their mother working hard. They didn't see you working. Boys are supposed to learn the work ethic from the father. They're getting it from the mother now because she's working hard. She's holding down 2 and 3 jobs. And she's teaching her sons how to be strong. She's holding down 2 and 3 jobs and she's not complaining. That's strength. She don't want her boys to see her crying at night. So she puts on that strong face while she's working those 2 and 3 jobs, knowing she hates them damn jobs. But she's doing what she has to do because her kids got to eat. Her kids need a roof over their head. So how the hell can you sit up here and hate on a woman that does everything she possibly can to make sure her kids have, to make sure her kids don't end up on the street, to make sure her kids don't fall into the system, to make sure her kids have health, clothes, a roof over their head? How can you hate on a woman like that? I don't understand. Are you guys crazy? How can you hate on somebody like that? There's not one negative thing I just said about a black woman in that whole spiel I just put out here. I mean, you should be praising your mother for the things that she did for you. A lot of you are ungrateful. Your mother did everything for you to be here only to sit up on social media and badmouth her by badmouthing black women, saying crazy things about black women, siding with the enemy. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Our black mothers have endured. They have endured over long periods of time, even back during slavery. There was a lot of things that the black woman did to protect her children because the black man at the time couldn't protect them. You know why? Because he was busy taking it up the butt. So while the black man in slavery was taking it up the butt, the mother was doing whatever she can to protect her children, to keep her children alive, even putting her own life in danger. A lot of our ancestors, a lot of our grandfathers and grandmothers wouldn't be here now had it not been for what the black woman did in slavery to protect her children and keep her boys alive. Now, some people say, well, she used to dress the boys like a little girl so that the master wouldn't hurt the little boy. And so, therefore, she is the reason why boys are homosexual today. No, she's not. First of all, you were supposed to do something about protecting your women and children even during slavery. Once you got finished taking it up the butt, you should have grew some courage and took it to the master and broke your women and children out of it. So you should have did something. I don't want to hear this shit about, well, we couldn't do nothing. That's the most soft shit. Many men would have died rather than be in slavery. Other races of men fought to the death. That's why they weren't enslaved. They didn't enslave the Indians. They nearly wiped the Indians out. But they never enslaved them. They fought down to the last fucking man. They didn't enslave the Mexicans. The Mexicans fought them too. Funny how everybody that fought them back didn't get enslaved. So what does that say about you as a black man? You willingly became a captor. So when you punks sit up here talking about slavery as a choice, I agree with you because that's the choice you made. The black woman didn't make that choice. You made the choice to be a slave. What she did was she did the best she could out of the choice that you made. Remember, you're the leader. I keep telling you punks that black women are reactionary. They're going to react to what you do. You're the leader. You accepted slavery. She's following you. So she made the best she could out of a bad situation that your punk ass put on her. Slavery is a choice, remember? How about that? Why don't you tell the world that you're the one that made that choice? The black woman didn't choose to be a slave. The black man did. You chose to take it up the butt. You chose to cower. You chose to live on your knees and allow your women to be violated and your children to be sexually molested and murdered. You made that choice. See, you were unfit from day one. You were pretty much a punk from day one. Now, not all of you, because the ones that was really about that life fought for their lives and ended up getting killed. But the rest of you motherfuckers that was left accepted slavery. So don't sit up here and put that on black women. You made that choice. So the next time you say slavery is a choice, know that it was the choice you made. The black woman didn't make that choice. You did. Now here's another thing. Some of you Negroes sit up here and want to say that the black woman caused the black boy to become a homosexual in slavery because she dressed him up as. But yeah, I read those things too. But understand something. You didn't do anything to protect your boys. So she had to do what she could. She had no intentions on making the boy a homosexual. She was trying to save the boy's life. See, that's what mothers do. Mothers love their children. And mothers go through all kinds of lengths to save their children. Even if it comes down to doing something drastic, they're going to do anything and everything they can to save their children. Like I said, we're not going to sit up here and blame women for being women. We're not going to sit up here and blame a mother for being a mother, because that's what mothers do. They love their children and they do everything they can to protect their children and to ensure their child's survival. So we're not going to fault her for trying to save her boys because the black men were being brutalized back then. You know, that buck breaking and all. Something that you did not fight against. Well, if you want to talk about who made homosexuals, let's talk about those slave masters who were poking you in the dunker, which you were readily accepting. Maybe that has something to do with homosexuality. Rather than her dressing her boys like girls and making them be docile to save their lives. You see, doing that to save a person's life has nothing to do with homosexuality, but getting poked in the dunker willfully does. So while you're over there taking it in the dunker, she was busy trying to protect her children. And you failed to protect her. You failed to protect the children. Maybe if half of you would have fought, you probably could have bust your way out of slavery. Yes, some of you would have died because, you know, that's the way it is when you're going to war and you're fighting for your life. Somebody is going to fall. Brave men fall during battle. That's the way it is. Cowards become slaves, which is what you became, a slave. So let's go back to that choice, right? A lot of you try to say, well, slavery was a choice. And y'all really think y'all saying something. Y'all come out hard in the motherfucker. Slavery was a choice. Yeah, but that's a choice you made. The black woman didn't make that choice. You made it. So let's not sit up here and act like when you say that's the choice we all made. You made that choice and sold us all out. You made the choice to become a slave and sold the rest of us out. You put our mothers in danger. You did that. You failed to protect your women and children during slavery. You failed to fight to the death to protect your women and children. You chose to accept slavery because probably deep down inside, you had no problem with homosexuality. So I guess you didn't mind being turned into a homo during slavery. See, the black woman had big problems with slavery. That's why she fought and did and rebelled and did the things that she did because she realized you weren't going to do anything. She realized that the brave men went down fighting and you were left, you sissy bims. You were sissy bims in slavery. There were maniqueers, there were red pillars in slavery. What do you think a house Negro is? That's a sissy bim. That's a manosphere. That's a red pill guy. That's a Hebrew Mizraelite. A sellout. And some of you have gotten to the point, and some of you even turned on your own people, right? You became Sambos and started, hurting other black people. Didn't want to do that to the beast, though. You didn't have no smoke for him. Then you want to turn around and start beating on your women, beating on your children, because you're scared to death of the master. You guys are so disgraceful. It's physically disgusting. I mean, seriously, you're talking about something. I mean, you guys would make a billy goat puke. The shit that y'all sit up here and talk, the shit that comes out of your mouth about black women, and all of the shit you motherfuckers cowered from and gave us all up because you sold out and then had the nerve to come out of slavery and start some phony ass civil rights movement just so you can be with white women? Come on now. Who do you think you're talking to? Remember, slavery was a choice, right? I agree with you. It was, and that's the choice that you made. And because you made the choice to be a slave and cower on your knees and take it up the butt, now look at you. You are effeminate, you're weak, you're still cowardly, and you're talking crazy about women, and nobody respects you. You created this. And now you want to say that the black women have destroyed the community. You destroyed the community way back in slavery. You broke the bond that you were supposed to protect your women and children. You broke that bond when you cowered to that beast and let him poke you in the dunker in front of your woman. Nigga, I would have died. There's no way in hell I would have let that happen. I'd have cut that so-and-so's head off. And they would have had to just smoke me. But you guys, your ancestors, the ones that spawned you, I can't imagine that they were much different than what you are because we see what you are. So it gives us a window into who they were. So they willingly accept slavery. The men did, because remember, the men were the leaders. So if there was any decisions that was being made, the men made those decisions. So if you say, again, slavery is a choice, well, who made that choice? Dame, come in here for 1 second.
Yes. How's it going?
Let me ask you a question. If the man is the leader, right? And if there's a choice to be made, wouldn't the leader make that choice?
Yes.
So when they say that When these brothers say that slavery is a choice, right? Then
Uh,
that is the choice that they made at the time to be slaves because they were the leaders, were they not?
mm-hmm.
So then that would mean that they made the choice to be slaves, right?
Okay. Right.
So basically, they sold us all out. You sold the black woman into a horrible life of slavery by making the choice to live on your knees because you were that much of a coward. Okay, Dan, you can go back on mute real quick. I'll bring you in a little bit. Okay. So you was too much of a coward to spit in that beast's face and fight him to the death to protect your women and children. See, a woman can forgive you for fighting to the death to protect her and the children, and you end up dying. But she can't forgive you for being a coward and selling her out and giving her and the children up because you are afraid. Hey, listen, let's just come out and be realistic with it. Your ancestors were afraid then, your male ancestors were afraid back then, and you are afraid now. They were afraid of that beast then and they sold us out and subject us to a terrible life. You put the black woman through so much stress and strife, so many horrible atrocities that she had to endure because your punk ass ancestors made the choice to live on their knees and take it up the rear end, which is basically what you're doing right now, right? You managed queer guys, you sissy bims, or SYSBM, red pillars, MGTOW, Hebrew Israelites, Moors. Isn't that what you're doing now? You've made the choice to accept slavery by serving white supremacy and turning against your people. And you are now willfully taking it up to but hell. You're doing it in style now. You're bold about it now. Well, I guess you've been taking up the butt for so long, I guess you've gotten good at it. And so, like you've left the black woman and turned your back on her during slavery, you have turned your back is still turned on her today. No wonder you don't like women. You've been taking it up the butt since slavery. I guess at that point, you would be lovers of men and haters of women. So let's be truthful when we say slavery was a choice. Know that when you say that, you are the one that made that choice, or your ancestors made that choice. Because the males were the leaders. And so if there was any choice making to be made, it would have been made by the leaders, which were black men. The black woman, the single black mother, is the backbone of the community. She has always been. She kept us together even in slavery, doing everything she could to protect her children. Again, she is the bravest amongst us. How is it that our women are braver than we are? We are the ones with the natural sinew, the muscle, the power. We are broad shouldered, big hand, big feet, big legs. We are built for conflict. We are supposed to be warriors and they're protectors. How is it that they have more courage and they are braver than we are? And they have not half the strength we do. Many of us got more strength in one arm than the woman has in her whole body. Many of us can grab a woman up with one arm and lift her up in the air. How can a woman like that, with that little bit of strength, be braver than you? And you're supposed to be this big, bad warrior. You're supposed to be kicking ass and taking names. You are supposed to be protecting the throne and keeping the beast off of her. You are supposed to be defeating the beast. You're supposed to be laying the beast to rest. And she's braver than you? She is more fearless than you are? Say it ain't so. I really don't want to believe that, but I'm looking at some hard evidence that that may be true. The black woman at this point, and maybe all throughout history, probably has always been braver than the black man and more fearless. How can that be, black man? You're supposed to be tough and rough and all of that stuff. Your woman is braver than you and more fearless than you and is unwilling to back down from the beast, and you run away from the sight of the beast. Your woman is willing to stand up in the beast face, willing to stand up to the beast, and you're running away from him. There's evidence that points to the fact that the black woman is more fearless and more brave than the black man. The men are supposed to be the bravest of any race and the most fearless of any race. But it seems when it comes down to our race, there are some exceptions. Oh, wait a minute. We got sissy. Hey, man, we're looking for some warriors. Who are these guys? These are some alphabet dudes. Alphabet dudes, yeah. Yeah, SYSBM or something like that. Well, what the hell is that? Well, they think they're saving themselves. Well, can they fight? Are they warriors? I don't know. Let me go find out. Excuse me, can any of you guys fight? No, we can't fight. We're not here to fight. We're here to talk. And we're not here to fight for our community. We are saving ourselves from black women. We're going our own way so we can bend over freely and take it up the buku. Okay. Sarge, yeah? Well, can they fight or not? They said something about taking it up the buku. Okay, so they can't fight. All right. Who are these guys? I think that's the manosphere. Well, can they fight? I don't know. Let me go check. Excuse me, can any of you guys fight? I'm not fighting for the black woman. Black woman doesn't deserve any protection. And anyway, I don't know how to fight. Don't ask me how to fight. I've never fought in my whole life. I don't fight. I'm an educated lame. I'm boring. I'm dull. I'm uninspiring, and I'm feeble. Why are you asking me to fight? So I would take that as a no. Okay. Sarge, yeah. But can they fight? No, they can't fight. But what the hell are they doing here? Well, I can ask them. Okay. Excuse me, what are you guys doing here? You SYS guys? Oh, we thought that somebody had free punch. Free punch, okay. And what are you guys doing here? Well, we are here because we are the smartest in the world, and there's no black woman's going to tell us what to do. Okie dokie. Hey, Sarge, man, these guys are one group is here for free punch. The other one is here saying that they're not going to let the black woman tell them what to do. All right, man. You know what? Get these dudes out of here, man. We need some real men. Any real men out there? Not yet, sir. All right. Come back when some real men show up. You got it, sir. So, Sarge, yeah, we got some brave souls out there. Brave souls. You got some men, well, not quite, but they seem to be braver than the men. Well, they're not men. Who are they? They are women, sir. They are black women. and they're ready to fight. What? Did I hear you correctly? Yes, sir. They're ready to fight. They showed up with shields and swords and armor, and they're pretty good too. They look like they're ready to throw down, sir. I don't want to take women into combat. What is going on here? Where are the men? Well, the men have gone their own way, sir. Gone their own way where? Well, they said they're saving themselves from the very women who are looking to fight. What? Yes. Well, let me talk to these women. Uh, yeah. So, ladies, you're here to fight? Yes, we are. We're here to protect our community, and we are not going to take no for the answer. We are ready to fight and protect our children and our land. Wow. Hey, man, are you saying that there are no more men? Yes, sir, but they went their own way. And the women are ready to fight. Yes, sir. It seemed like the women are braver than the men. I will not lead an army of women into battle. There must be some brave men somewhere. I don't know, sir. I keep looking. Well, keep looking. I admire the courage of the women, but I will not lead women into battle. This is a man fight. And we're not going to fight this battle until we find some damn men. Dismissed. There you have it. The women are braver than the men. Congratulations. We're the only suckers in this world where our women are braver than us. You guys should be ashamed of that. Your women are braver than you. They are more fearless than you, and you got all of the muscle. You got all of the muscle. And your women are more brave than you. They are more fearless. And you guys got the nerve to sit up here and call them out their name. You have the nerve to sit up here and say that they destroyed the community when they are willing to fight for the community. If you were to arm some black women right now and make sure they know how to use guns and stuff like that, they will mow this beast down. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to put our women at risk like that. See, I'm old school and not traditional. The men do the fighting. I'm not going to let you cowards get away with sacrificing our women and putting them in harm's way simply because they are fearless and you are a punk. I'd rather throw you punks out there and sacrifice you until we get to some real men who are willing to take this battle to the beast. But I'm willing to bet if you armed women and gave them some protection, put some weapons in their hand, that they will do some work because they are fearless. They're not afraid. You are. Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying that that's not true? Wait a minute. Are you saying that it's not true that you are a coward? If not, then what do you call turning on your women and not turning on the people that put you in this position? How come you're not turning on that beast? You're afraid of him. You don't want to fight with him. You don't want to you have no smoke for him. Oh, but you'll fight your woman though. You take your shirt off, put Noxzema on your face, and you ready to scratch her eyes out. But when that beast show up, all you do is find a corner like a horse and bend over. You ever see a horse when they ride their horses to a saloon and they take their horses up to that bar and wrap their wraps around that bar and the horse's head is over that bar just sitting out there? That's what you're going to do. You're going to find that bar and go put your arms over there and you're going to bend over for the beast. It's a shame that our women are braver than we are. That's nothing to be proud of. That's dishonorable as a man. You're supposed to be a brave warrior, and your women are braver than you. That is embarrassing. And you guys make it worse. The more you cry like babies, the more you sit up here and point fingers, talking about the black woman this and the black woman that, you make it worse. And you make it very believable that the women have more courage than you have. It's a shame when we go and look for soldiers that we consider women first before we go to the men. We got you to thank for that. You know, you being a coward and all. Even out here where I work, right, in the transportation business and trucks, companies are hiring. I'm starting to see more and more black women driving trucks. Black women are getting it done, man. And you guys are being left further and further behind because you won't get it done. You're too cowardly to do something. You're too irresponsible to take care of anything. You don't want to get a job. And you're losing. The black woman is winning. She's winning. She's doing the jobs that you're supposed to be doing. You got black women out here driving trucks better than men. Got safety records that are better than men. You got black women out here who've been driving for years and don't have 1 point on their license. Not 1 point. 0 points on their license. You know how hard it is to maintain a license with zero, a CDL with 0 points? That is not easy to do, bro. Take it, I've been out here for 18 years. I don't have any points on my license now, but I've had points. It is hard to maintain a CDL with 0 points, bro. You got black women out here who's been driving for a decade, not 1 point on their license. So they're showing you up where you're supposed to have your most hardened masculinity, right? Pretty soon you're going to see women, black women playing football in the NFL because they hit harder than you. They're tougher than you. You're becoming you're becoming a frail little girl. And you see, and they're not changing. They're still women, sexy women. They're just tougher than you. And it's not hard because you become some frail little weakling running around here calling yourself an educated lame, which is ridiculous in itself. And you're weak. Pretty soon, y'all going to start getting your asses whooped by women. That's coming too. If it haven't already started, they're going to start going upside your head. You know why? Because you acting like punks. And you're going to keep giving them courage. Pretty soon, they're going to start going upside your head. And you cowards ain't going to do a damn thing about it, but sit there and take an ass whooping. I see it happening. They're going to get tired of this shit that you're doing. They're going to realize that you're a fucking coward and you're frail and weak. They're going to start stepping to you and start going upside your punk ass head. And I'm going to start laughing. And then when that happens, we're going to have a podcast in here with a big old title that says, "See, I told y'all." And we're going to make fun of you in this podcast all night. We're going to crack jokes endlessly. We're going to call you all kinds of names. We're going to make fun of you for the better part of 4 hours, nonstop. And we're going to laugh until we're blue in the face. When that happens. And we're going to put up article after article of a black man getting his ass whooped by a woman because he's a punk. Oh, I'm afraid so. It's coming. It's coming. I see it coming. Oh yeah, but I'm afraid so. It's coming. And when it happens, we will be here on the Ebony Star Network. We will fire up the gangster talk, and I will have an open mic, right? And we're going to make fun of you motherfuckers all night. And we're going to laugh and play videos in here of you getting your ass whooped by women. And we're going to play them over and over and crack jokes and laugh. I guess since you don't want to be a leader, she's probably going to take the leadership from you and turn you into the woman and make you clean the house, make you look after the kids. And if you tell her no, she's going to punch you in your mouth. And what you going to do? Nothing. Because you're a damn coward. And you deserve what you get. You deserve to get your ass whooped. You deserve to be humiliated. It's because of your cowardice is the reason why we're in this shit right now. It's the reason why our women and our mothers had to endure so much hardship from slavery all the way up to now. Because of the decision that you punk motherfuckers and your punk ass male ancestors made. You chose to fucking lay down and take it up the ass and put the rest of us in jeopardy. The black woman has been holding it down since slavery. She's been holding it down after slavery, and she's holding it down now. You ain't nowhere to be found. So I don't even know why you niggas talking. You don't have nothing to talk about. You can't point nothing at the black woman. Y'all keep talking about, black female fuckery. What is that? What is that supposed to be? What? Because she wants you to pay child support for your children? It's your damn children. You should be paying child support. What is black female fuckery? Because she wants you to be a father. She wants you to be responsible. She wants you to take care of your responsibilities. That's black female fuckery. What is black female fuckery? What, the fact that she goes and picks brave men? You said the Pookies and Ray Rays. Well, the Pookies and Ray Rays are brave. The Pookies and Ray Rays can protect her. You can't fucking protect her. Now, I heard somebody say, and I'm a little shocked that he would say this, Phil from the Advice Show, talking about ain't nobody killing black women but Pookies and Ray Rays. You got it fucked up, partner. It ain't just Pookies and Ray Rays. It's fucking black men, period. And they all different fucking ages. It ain't just no damn Pookies and Ray Rays. That motherfucker that blew a hole in that girl's face the size of a softball wasn't no fucking Pookies and Ray Rays. He looked like a goddamn sissy bim with an AR-14. Some old skinny punk ass nigga. That wasn't no damn Pookie or Ray Ray. The motherfucker that shot and killed 5 children and killed his own brother, trying to get to his girlfriend, that wasn't no damn Pookie and Ray Ray. That motherfucker worked a regular job. The motherfuckers that attacked that woman at the store and tried to bite her face off, there wasn't no fucking Pookies and Ray Rays. Fuck are y'all talking about? Ain't nobody killing black women, but man, you got it fucked up. You need to look again, bro. Fuck you mean? Pookies and Ray Rays. If anything, the Pookies and Ray Rays are protecting black women. Pookies and Ray Rays ain't out here killing no black women. These crazy ass kids that you don't want to raise are out here killing black women and killing black children. out here shooting babies, 3-year-old babies. The man who shot his 3-year-old child wasn't no damn Pookie or Ray Ray. They trying to blame this shit on Pookies and Ray Rays. Anything to excuse the fact that they did a poor job being leaders in this damn community. They did a poor job raising their children. That they've allowed this to happen. They've allowed children to be raised in the street like fucking animals, and now they're behaving like animals, and they're attacking women and killing children. They're killing their mothers too. So now all of a sudden you want to blame it on Pookie and Ray Ray? Man, miss me with all that. How about we blame it on your failed fatherhood? How about we blame it on failed black male leadership? That's who out here killing black women and children. Failed black male leadership. Failed fatherhood, absentee fathers. That's who are getting black women killed. That's who are getting these children killed. Absentee fathers and failed black male leadership. Well, that is true, right? So I guess failed black male leadership can be Pookie, and absentee fathers can be Ray Ray. So there go your Pookies and Ray Ray right there. Since you want to say Pookie and Ray Ray is killing black women, okay. Failed black male leadership, that'll be Pookie. And the absentee fathers, that'll be Ray Ray. So there go your Pookie and fucking Ray Ray. Fuck you talking about? Phil from the Advice Show. You got it fucked up, gangster. Ain't nobody out here killing black women but Pookies and Ray. What the fuck are you looking at? One channel? One newspaper article? Can't believe that motherfucker said that. Only Pookies and what? Yeah. Failed leadership, that's your Pookie. Nikki. And absentee fathers, that's your Ray Ray. So there go your Pookies and Ray Rays. Motherfucker had the nerve to say, ain't nobody killing black women. Nigga, you got it. But then, how they all ended up dead then? But ain't nobody killing them. They damn sure not killing themselves. I know that one girl did not put a hole in her head the size of a goddamn softball. And that damn sure wasn't no fucking Pookie and Ray Ray as you think. That nigga look like a damn sissy bim. Sounded like one too. Oh, I had to protect myself. I had to protect myself. I had to protect myself. Like the video, subscribe. Man, I shouldn't even mention that video. Every time I mention that, I see that image in my mind. That shit breaks my heart what he did to that girl, man. How can you do it? How can you do a person like that, man? Man, let me get a moment of silence, man, for those. Dane, come online real quick. Dane, come online real quick. And of course, my co-host is probably lost somewhere in another country. Hopefully she'll find her way back to Gangsta Talk. Yeah, when she gets up here, I'm going to find out what the names of those women are. And we're going to have a moment of silence, man. That shit was brutal, man. You know, I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of brutal shit in my time, man. But that right there, that was shit. That was heartbreaking to see that. So let me find out what happened to my host, my co-host. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. Give me a second, y'all. Don't go nowhere. I need to find out where my host is.
Okay, everyone. Failed leadership. Car plants like GM and Cadillac had many black women for them hard jobs. She heard a white man say they work better and harder than men. Sorry about that, y'all. Ooh. Yeah, yeah, I heard that. All right, and
Sorry about that. I'm back, y'all. I was trying to get in contact with my host, who pulled a disappearing act. Um, do you know the name? The, the incident where the guy used the AR-15 on the two black women. Do you know their names?
um, the black women. Okay. Let's see. They were. Uh, okay. Okay. Let me find for it real quick. Was okay. All right. Okay. 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 Name. Uh. Okay. Wait. All right. Okay. Okay. Her name was Tamiko Merriweather,
Tamika
and
Merriweather,
mhm, and her mother was Meredith Matthews.
Mary Matthews,
Marriott Matthews.
Marius, Marius Matthews. All right,
hmm
y'all. We're going to give a moment of silence for Tamika. What is it? Tamika what?
Tamiko Merriweather.
Tamika Merriweather and Marius Matthews. So if you guys can pray, for a minute here, please do that for these two women. They did not deserve to be brutally murdered like that. So we're going to give a moment of silence here on the Ebony Star Network in memories of those two women. Starting now. Then it would be nice if you could say a prayer, if you know any. All right, thank you very much, everybody, for participating in that moments of silence in remembrance of Tamika Merriweather and Meredith. What is the last name? Meredith what? Dane?
Matthew
And
Matthews.
Meredith, Tamika Merriweather and Meredith Matthews, two beautiful black women that was taken away from us in barbaric fashion by a psychopathic nut who happened to be black. So we wanted to remember them in a moment of silence, and that just blew me away. This hatred for our women have to stop. And I blame Sissy Bims. I blame you. I blame the manosphere for spewing all of this hatred. You've created an impossible environment for our women. You created a dangerous environment for them. We have young boys listening to you, and they think that it is okay to devalue the lives of our women because of jackals like you. So it's late. I want to thank everybody. Then cue up the music.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to say something. You got something you want to say? You want to chime in?
No, I have anything to chime in with.
All right, cue up the music. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Just had some stuff I want to get off my chest. Appreciate the support. We have some good numbers tonight. See you tomorrow night on Ladies Night. All right? Dame, hit the music. Peace, power, and unity, everybody.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9 bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. You know, shoot the game going for mine. Alright. And this is the year when mad caps get real. So I'ma spark this line, kick the real. Bang them out. With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the thing. Why I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, cookies cooking, beefs copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid. Caught up in the ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas quick to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, with 4.5. Remy in the glass, spark the ball, then I flash. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that. They rather see it spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blood crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for this. And you wanna get your hands in the air. I get down for mine. I get down for this. On the way, shit, turn up there. I get down for mine. I get down for this. And you wanna get your hands in the air. I get down for mine. I get down for this. On the way, shit, I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't some place you play. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AK. You in the cage. Overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. McCarver's a boot smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. Once you talk about Billy Keys, come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wigs and making dollars believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was bagging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics are sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sweet. I'm bringing the drama to the street with techniques and rolling in bleach. Ain't nothing sweet about the street, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine.